Welcome once again to our YouTube channel at Dantech Computer Solutions. So we are going to do the first exercise on Microsoft Office Word, and the exercise entails that we open a word processing program and type the following document as it appears, then save the document as uniform list in the next exam folder to print out later. It is having 15 marks, so we open a word processing program, then we type the following document as it appears, then we save the document as uniform list. So I have already typed this particular document, so I'll go to the Word application. So assume you are not typed, so the first thing you'll do is to type that specific information under the word processor. Then after you're done with the typing, when you look at the ribbon, remember we said that we have the home, we have the insert, we have the page layout, we have the references, we have the mailings, we have the review, and we have the view. But before we tackle this first exercise, I'll click new to open a new word page. Then I'll do some few formats before we proceed to do the given exercise. So number one, I'm going to show you how to apply page borders. So for you to apply page borders, you simply go to page layout. Then you can see that we have watermark under the page background, we have the page color, and we have the page borders. So I can begin with the page color to change the color of this specific page. So I'll just pick any of the colors here. So that is how you change the page color. Then I can go to the page borders. Under the page borders, still under the page layout, you realize that we have different styles, and you can click this arrow to choose any style of your choice. You can as well change the color and use any color of your choice. So I can maybe pick color end, and you can see coming down you can be able to choose any style or any page border style of your wish. For example, I can pick that one, I change the color to red, then I press OK. So when I do that, you can see that we have a page border. Again, I can go back to the page borders. Down here we have what we call the heart or artistic page borders. It is mostly used in the next exams. So they can ask you to change the page border to artistic. So you just click under the heart, then you can be able to choose any of your choice. So you can just press OK, and you can see that the page borders have appeared, the one that you have chosen. Again, still under the page layout, we have the watermark. So you click the watermark. Mostly in exams, they usually tell you, or they give you a specific text that they want you to type under that specific watermark. So they usually want you to customize. So when you click on watermark, you simply go to the custom watermark, then you choose text watermark, then we have the text. So you can be able to type any text of your choice. So I'll type Dantech Computer Solutions. I'll type Dantech Computer Solution. Then under the size, maybe I leave the size. We have the color. You can be able to choose any color of your choice. Then you click apply, or you press OK. That color it's not quite bright. I can use red. Apply, and I close. So if I scroll down, you can be able to see that we have the watermark, which is this one appearing here. This is what we call the watermark. Again, I can go to insert. Under the insert, we have the headers and footers. Most of the cases they tell you to insert a header or a footer, or maybe the page numbers. So I'll simply click the enter, then you can be able to choose the blank, that is the first one. Then under the keyboard you click on the tab, and you can be able to type any kind of text that you want to appear in all the pages that you will have on your word processor. So for example, I can just write Dantec Computer Solutions. I can simply copy this, enter, just right click and click copy, then you can apply it under the footer. So for the footer, you just go to insert, then you click footer, you can choose the first one, and the footer appears below the page. So when you look, you can close and end the footer. Ukiangalia hapa juu, you can see that we have the ender, and down here we have the footer. So that is it. So I'll close this page. I can save it. I can click on documents. I can click on my documents. Then I open the Dantec Computer Solutions. Then the file name, I can just call it sample. I can call it sample, then I click save. So that is it. So we'll go back to our question, whereby we had seen that we key in the following document as we type the following document as it appears. So I have already typed my document. So number one, I'm going to start with the title here, which is digital divide. But before then, let me open this work. The first thing you do is to select all the work, and the easiest way to select, or the shortcut way, you press Ctrl, then you press letter A to select all the information on this specific one document. Once you select, we will go to font, then we change the font style, and the best font style to use always is the Times New Roman, especially for those doing the NEC exams. So we choose Times New Roman. Once we choose Times New Roman, the next thing that you need to do before you start formatting or doing anything to your document is to save your work. And so we click File, then you click Save As. So we can click Documents, then we open our folder. Then under the Save As type, you click there, and the best Save As type to use when you're doing the NEC exams, or if you want to do the formatting for your Word, you should choose the rich text format, rather RTF. So I click on the Save As type, then I choose rich text format. Then you can write the file name which is specified, or the one that you want to name your file with. Then you click Save. So once you do that, the first thing I'm going to do is to highlight the title. Then under the paragraph here, I align it to sender. So I click sender, and the digital divide moves to sender. I can bold it since it is the heading. Again, I can scroll downwards. I can highlight this text here, which is a title named Factors Attributing to the Digital Divide. Then I bold it and I align it to the sender. After that, I can also highlight the title, which is Education. I bold it. I can as well highlight the other title, subtitle. I bold it. I can as well highlight the other subtitle. I bold it. So that is how we do the formatting. So I'm just bolding the subtitles and the titles. We have the overcoming the digital divide. We select number one, we align it to the sender. Then we can bold it since it is an heading. Then we can highlight the universal access. We bold it. We bold the universal access. Then we can highlight the next one. We bold it. We can as well highlight the next one, which is the subtitle. We bold it. Coming downwards to the others, I highlight that, then I bold it. So after bolding it, the next thing we need to work on is, if you look keenly at our work, you can see that the subtitles or the education income resistance, they are numbered with A, B, C. As well, the other ones below are as well numbered. So we'll go back to our one document. You highlight the title, which is the universal access. Then you long press Ctrl. You select the next one. Then you long press Ctrl. You highlight the next one. Then you long press Ctrl. You select the next one. After selecting all the given points or all the given subtopics, we now go to numbering. It is still under the home tab, whereby we have the paragraph. Just up here we have the numbering. It is this start a numbered list. Click the arrow to choose different numbering formats. So I click the arrow, then you can be able to see that we have different formats. For example, if the type of the numbering that you want to use is not here, you can simply define a new number format and choose the format that you wish to use. So for our sake here, we are going to pick the ABCD. So we have just applied the numbering, which are these ones. You can click maybe the hair, you left click the mouse and scroll left ones to give you the chance to align them appropriately. So we can click there, then we backspace on our keyboard, then we click enter and backspace. We can still click enter to give a space. Again we click on this one, we backspace, then we click enter, then we backspace to give enough spacing for this specific text. Then we click enter. What we are doing is that we are spacing this specific text. So I can backspace, then I just space, then I click here, I backspace, then I enter, then I backspace. So that is how we do the numbering. So after numbering that, I'll just scroll upwards, whereby we have the education, the income, and the resistance to change. Therefore, I just highlight the education. I click control, you long press control, you select the income, then you select the resistance. After that, you go to numbering, and then you can be able to choose the A, B, C, D. So just click that, and you are able to do the numbering. Again, you click the numbers, the A, B, C, D, you left click, and you scroll towards the left to make sure that the numbers are aligned to the left. So you can click on the starting text, you backspace, then you click enter, then you backspace again. After that, you just click enter to give proper spacing for this specific text. We can again backspace, we click enter, then we backspace. After that, we just enter again, then we can backspace, we enter, then we backspace. So we have our text being well arranged and numbered. So we have already done the numbering. After the numbering, we are now going to the next question, which is working on the digital divide. If you look keenly on our digital divide, it has some shadows as well. It has what we call the word art. So you select first. So you highlight that specific text, the digital divide. Then you click on insert. After clicking insert, you go to word art. Then you can choose or pick the first one. Otherwise, we have different formats here, and you can use anyone which suits your work, or the one that will be given in the next exam, or the one that you would wish to use. So for our sake, for this question, we're going to use the first one. We just press it, then we press OK. If you look keenly at our header, it has changed. Then we need to apply the shadow effect. While your text is still highlighted, the header or the title, under the format, we have the shadow effects. So you move your cursor to the shadow effects, then you can be able to choose different styles here. So we will pick the one which is similar to the one given to our exercise 1. So I'm going to choose this one, which is just appropriate compared to our exercise. So if you look keenly at this one, it is just as similar as the one that we have just derived. Then you click save to save the changes. So I can scroll downwards. I go back to the question. If you look keenly at our exercise, we have this letter T here for the digital divide. So the T has been, they have applied what we call drop cap. So I'll go back to the one document, then I highlight the the first letter, which is T, you just left click and select that specific letter. After that, you go to insert, then you will click on drop cap. After you click drop cap, you realize that we have dropped and we have in margin, then margin and the drop cap. So the appropriate one here that we should use to the specific question is the dropped. So I just click dropped and the T enlarges and it is bolded. After that, we go back to our question, whereby we have this particular picture here. It is termed as clip art. So I go back to Word, go back to Word processor. After that, still under the insert, we have clip art here. So we click on the clip art, click on the clip art. After clicking clip art, it gives us options to search for any specific information we may require. So our picture that has been applied is a computer, so we just search for computer, then we click go. After you click that, you can see that we have different symbols, and compared to our question, they have used the first one. So we just click the first one, then we close. After applying this picture, the next thing you need to do before you do any other formatting is you click on the wrap text. When you click the picture, you'll realize that up here we have the format option. Then you can be able to click the wrap text. After you click the wrap text, we click square. When we click square, it enables the picture to fit in between the text. So the picture is quite large. You just come to the left, to the right hand corner, you long press, left click the mouse, then you reduce the size of that specific picture. Then you just left click and you move your cursor and place the picture to wherever place you may want it to appear. So that is how it is done. It is as simple as that. So after that, we will proceed to the next question or to the next format, which is this one. If you look keenly, the factors attributed to the digital divide as a shade. Therefore, we go back to our word processor, then we highlight or we select the text factors attributing to the digital divide. After you highlight it, under the home tab, down here at paragraph, we have a specific box here. It's named as shading. When you shade the color, we color the background behind the selected text or paragraph. Therefore, you just click there, then you can be able to choose any color of your choice. So for instance, I can just choose that color, and you can see that the color, we have colored the background behind the selected text that we have just highlighted. So after that, you just click on this. This is known as save. So when you save, you just save the changes of this specific document or work that we are working on. So after that, we will go to the next question, whereby we have what we call column spacing. We have columns whereby they have been separated to two columns. When you look, we have the overcoming digital divide as the ender. Then we have this particular text here being separated. Therefore, we'll go to our work. Then the first thing you do is to highlight. So you select that specific text that you want to distribute or to distribute two columns. After selecting that, we go to page layout. Under the page layout, this is known as the page setup. So when you highlight the text, you go to the page layout, then we click on columns. After you click on columns, then don't rush to click on two. No, instead you click on more columns. After you choose more columns, we can now choose two columns or maybe three columns depending on the question. But for our question here, we are going to use two columns. Then you tick on line between. After you tick the line between, then you press OK. So when you press OK, you can be able to see that the line has automatically separated this given text. But if you look keenly at our question, the other side begins from alongside new technologies. So we go back to our work. You press to the place, to the exact place where you want your text to start or to begin. Then under the page layout, we have the breaks. So you go to breaks, then we click on column. It indicates that the text following the column break will begin in the next column. So you click there, and you can be able to see that our other part of the column has just begun from the alongside new technologies as described in our question. So having looked at that, you can see that we have our work, we have our title here, digital divide, whereby we have applied the word art, and also we applied the shadow effects under the format shadow effects. Then we have the T here, whereby we went to insert, we went to drop cap, and we were able to apply the dropped. After that, we have this picture here, whereby we went to clip art, and we clicked clip art, and then we were able to retrieve that specific picture. After that, we have this one here, this one, whereby we went to under home, under the paragraph, we had the shading. So just go to shading after selecting that specific text, then you can be able to choose any color of your choice. And finally, we have looked at the page layout, whereby we have highlighted our text, then we applied the columns, whereby we chose more columns, then we chose two, then we instructed it to have a line in between, and we pressed OK. So it was as simple as that. I would wish to give a lot of thanks to you because we have accomplished our first exercise. So having done that, you'll have your clean 15 marks. So thank you very much for watching this video. I really appreciate you, and I request you to watch more of our videos. You like them, you comment, and you subscribe to our channel. As well, you can share the link to your friends. Thank you so much. Let's meet in the next video. Welcome.